I'm just going to start the recording now because I have a feeling this show is going to be starting any minute now. This has been a crazy morning already with Dr. Levi Harrison, and we are, so fasten your seatbelt because we're going to learn and grow together. I knew the song was going to come on. Can you lower the volume of the music?
We make mistakes, then we live.
Can you lower the volume of the music?
And it seems like the best thing.
Okay. Well, now I can't hear it at all. We're having some issues with the volume. It's nothing to do with Brian, who's an awesome board operator. It's just the board is crazy.
It's okay.
Yeah. Here we go now. I'm in my workout clothes, Dr. Levi.
I just came back to the gym.
No makeup.
No, you look amazing. You look amazing.
Oh, stop. Here we go. You had me at hello.
Now let's all learn together.
Here we go.
Here's Lillian McDermott.
Hello, my listening friend. It's so nice we can meet each other on the air on this beautiful, best day ever. And if you stumbled upon my show this morning, it is no accident because I am talking to you. And today we are going to learn and grow and learn a new truth with Dr. Levi Harrison. And for those of you who just stumbled upon my show, let me tell you what the show is about. I am committed to provide alternative ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening friend and my viewing friends, will feel empowered to embrace a new truth and live the life of your dreams. Now, if you have any questions for our guest today, Dr. Levi, is up at like 5 a.m. so that we can learn and grow together. If you have any questions for him, you can call at 407-373-5959. And I think we have some books too. I have to clear that because we didn't even have time to prep this morning. Okay, so I believe if you are the third, I'm going to write this down because I'm just going to commit him right now. Third caller or texter, and you will get a copy of The Art of Fitness. So for those of you who have been wanting to work out, get fit, today is the day. As we kick off the year, many of us want to get healthy through exercise. And if getting fit, building muscle, and endurance is part of your New Year's commitment, not resolutions, we don't do resolutions here on the show, then you will love learning from us today because we have orthopedic surgeon, not just a physical bodybuilder, trainer, whatever. I mean, he had me at hello this morning. He just said, hello, Lillian. And I went, oh, Dr. Levi Harrison. And to quote Olivia Newton John, the greatest philosopher ever, let's get physical. And since it is our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge, I am grateful that Dr. Levi Harrison is here to do just that. Welcome, Dr. Harrison, or Dr. Levi, to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show.
Well, thank you very much, Lillian. I feel very honored and happy to be with you today, as well as with your really wonderful audience. I think it's great when we can come together as committed consciousness about fitness, about health, about well-being, and about an understanding of mindfulness and gratitude. And the great thing about fitness, when you marry that together with an understanding that you have to love the body that you have, appreciate the body that you have. Why? Because you take you wherever you go. So why not take a body that you love and appreciate? Why not take a body that you're trying to improve every day? However, the caveat there is that appreciate the body that you have. No matter if society says you're too thin or you're too overweight or you're very fit or unfit, none of that matters. What really does matter is that you love and appreciate you, all of you. Why? Because there's only one of you in the entire universe. What an amazing blessing is that?
Yes. I don't know. And I know you don't know this, but you have been working out with me all week long.
Oh, fantastic.
And I can hear you in my head. I can hear you in my, it's like, relax your neck. Okay.
Exactly.
That's Dr. Levi. Okay. So for those of you who want a copy. I don't think I've given out my phone number yet, and already texts are coming in. Third caller or texter, 407-373-5959. The Art of Fitness, created by Dr. Levi. I don't know if I could squeeze a video out of him, but we'll see. We'll see. But
you can't. What we'll do is I'll send a book to the third listener or caller, and I'll send a video to the sixth listener or caller. And to the 15th video or caller or a texter, I'll send a book and a DVD.
Whoa. Okay. Let's say that again. Third caller or texter gets the book.
Yes.
Sixth caller or texter gets the video, DVD. Yes. I still call them video.
It's correct. And the 15th gets the DVD along with a signed copy of the book. If you take all their information, we'll exchange that later. I'll gladly send them a signed copy of the book.
I want a signed copy of your book.
Okay, I'll send you one else.
Okay, because I'll be calling your phone. Okay.
You can call, you have direct access. Not
DVD and book. Okay, so today we're going to get serious about our fitness because so many of us work really, really hard at the gym. Well, that's just one aspect of it. And then we walk away from the gym and hit the fast food restaurant. So what I love about Dr. Levi is that he takes a mind, body, spirit approach to health. And the phone, just keep texting, you guys, 407-373-5959. So share a little bit about your background, Dr. Levi, and how about your medical. Oh, no, wait. We're going to have to hold that thought because I don't want to get you started and then cut you off in midstream. So I'm going to give the number again, and I'm going to state what the goal is today. Third caller or texter gets a book. Sixth caller or texter gets the DVD, and the 15th caller or texter gets both a signed copy of the book and a DVD. Where else can you get something like this for free than in the Lillian McDermott radio show? And we're going to continue our conversation worldwide at whenyounneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. Oh, where we go. It was like, okay, Dr. Levi, we got you all fixed up, and now we got to get the show started. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So I just wanted to.
I'm ready to roll.
Okay. Well, this has been a crazy morning already. And
it's a good one.
Yeah. So I've been working out with you all week long. And the first time I worked out with you, like the day after, I'm like, wow, my abs are hurting.
Right.
You can count on me. I'll be right here waiting for you.
You can text Lillian McDermott or leave her a voicemail at 407-373-5959. Once again, here's Lillian.
And welcome back to the Lillian McDermott radio show, where the phone is ringing off the hook because we are giving a book, and I'm not counting, and we may not be at what we need yet. So I want you to keep trying. Show me how much you really want this book by the amount of texts and calls that I receive. Third caller or texter will win The Art of Fitness by Dr. Levi Harrison. The sixth caller or texter will get the DVD, and the 15th caller or texter, which I don't think I've ever done 15 caller or texter, but we'll see if this is going to work out. We're going to get the DVD and book, a signed autograph by Dr. Levi. And let me tell you, this guy is pretty famous, and he's really big in the gaming community. But I want because we research all our guests before you're accepted to be on my show, and you checked out pretty good. So here's the thing. Nobody really that might be listening, maybe they know you, maybe they don't know you. So share a little bit about your medical background, and then I would like for you to talk about your health journey.
Yes. Well, I went to school at the University of Notre Dame in South Indiana. There I studied Romance languages as well as engineering. So I have a BA.
No wonder you had me at hello. Okay.
No. So I have a BA in Romance languages. My power language is French, and I have a BS in electrical engineering. I went on from there to study solid state physics and engineering at Howard University. Then I went to medical school at the University of California, Davis. And then from there, I did my graduate training, fellowship training in hand and plastic surgery at the Indiana Hand to Shoulder Institute. So I was in school basically for about 21 years out of my 35 plus years of living. But I love
Wow.
medicine, and I love the fact that medicine is about living a life of service. And it's really about giving unto others. And I think so often we really forget that the old adage that I really live by, and that is, to whom much is given, much is required. So I've always thought that I was born to live a life of service. And medicine gives me that opportunity to help people, especially those right now in the community here in LA where I serve, who don't have insurance. In my practice, I take care of people with or without insurance, and
Wow.
especially take care of a lot of veterans. So you think about it, the veterans, those women and men are the real reasons we have our sustained freedoms in this country. So I treat all of them like superstars because they are.
Wow, that's amazing. I did not know that behind the man. I mean, I knew you were special. I didn't know how special you were. I've done a lot of research and I've watched a lot of your videos, and I knew that your philosophy was a mind, body, spirit approach, and that's what made me say you're in. And not only first you have to pass the medical barometer test. You know, you have to make sure that, and you're very, very well trained. But here's the deal: you've gone beyond your training. I know that you've been on Dr. Oz, and I saw your video on Dr. Oz, and I'm thinking, okay, here's this upper extremity guy doing knees, and I'm thinking this is pretty cool. Okay, so you've gone beyond that box that we put our doctors in. So now let's talk about your personal journey and what led you to fitness, because you could stop at being an orthopedic surgeon and be successful, but wow, that you treat people the same, whether they have insurance or not insurance. That's good job. Good job. Well done, thy good and faithful servant. Okay, so here we go. So tell us your journey and why you got involved in fitness.
Well, fitness for me is a really interesting, very personal journey. When I was about 8 or 9 years old in New Orleans, I came from a family with I always say it was a house that was fatherless, but it was mother full, because I lived there with my sisters, my mother, my grandmother, and my aunt. I was the only male in the entire household, which was really a gift that my family gave to me with my father, abandoning my family. So with that said, when I was 8 or 9, I went to the bakery the day of my birthday. I just got this fantastic red bike. It was my first really just amazing bike. So I went to the bakery. As I put my bike on the side of the window, I went in and I started buying all of the stuff that I wanted, cakes and candy and muffins. And all of a sudden, the lady who was waiting on me, she said, Levi, is that your bike, honey? I said, yes, isn't it beautiful? I just pointed my hand. She said, well, who's that on the bike? And when I turned around, there was a guy, maybe in his late 70s, biking off with my bike. But I was so overweight, I ran after him. I could not catch him. And I promised myself that day, and that was many, many years ago, that would never happen again. So I've been working out every day faithfully and consistently since I was 8 or 9 years old. And my philosophy is really to share with everyone that no matter where you are, it can be your starting point. If you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, or your 60s, for me, I was less than 10, and now I've continued this path. But this works for me. I don't want anyone to feel like there's ever any need to have competition with anyone, because you take yourself wherever you go. So it's important that you love yourself, appreciate yourself, value yourself, and don't think about comparing yourself to your sister, your brother, to the commercials that you see of people, to the media you see in magazines. All those things are changed and edited, and you don't know how these people really look until you meet them in person. So, it's so true. So really love yourself and don't live in a state of comparison. I think that's important, especially for women. I have 2 sisters, and I'm always telling them, don't worry about what other people are saying. Just love you. And I think women have such added pressure, especially in this society, to be a size 0 to 1, and to be as tall as they can, and to be as tiny as possible. Well, you know what? The average size in America for most women is a dress that's 12 to 14. Mm-hmm. So many people think that if they're a little bit overweight, then something's wrong with them. Well, nothing's wrong. You have to really focus being fit with respect to what works for your time schedule, for your family's life and lifestyle, as well as for your work schedule, as well as for your budget. Some people can't join the gym. So I remind them that The gym is where your body is. You can exercise wherever you are. If you watch an hour of television, you can work out during the commercials. There are 8 minutes of commercials for every half hour of television. So for an hour of watching TV, you can work out for 16 minutes for that 1 hour. So there's always something you can do.
Amazing. I love your philosophy. I love your gentle approach to life. And what I want to talk about is, how do we motivate ourselves? You're obviously having a bike stolen, your most precious toy that you got for Christmas. Having that was a marker.
Yes.
Oh, for your birthday. Okay. So that was a marker for you that forever changed you.
Yes.
And so we need a marker for people who really want to be fit, that dream. Like, I've heard so many people say, I'm a skinny person in a fat person's body. I know that there's somebody else that, and we can chisel that person out. And it's not about being skinny. It's about being healthy. And once we are eating the right foods, the side effect to that is that the weight will come off. Also, dealing with emotional trauma in your childhood, forgiveness, all of that will allow that fat to release if we do the right things. So now, what do you do to motivate the people that come to you that want to get healthy?
Yes, well, that's a great question. You really stated that very eloquently.
Thank you.
I want to say this. I tell everyone I work with a lot of high-powered celebrities when they're getting ready for the red carpet, when they're getting ready for a big movie as a superhero. The major thing I express to them is, when it comes to fitness is, I call it the 5-finger approach. Okay. There's commitment, consistency, diet, exercise, and then the final is rest and recovery and mindfulness. Okay. So I think the first thing, you have to be committed. You have to sit down with yourself and just tell yourself, you know what? Today I'm going to make a difference. Today I'm going to do something different. Instead of eating an entire sleeve of cookies, I'm only going to eat 2 or 3.
Who can eat 2 or 3? Who can eat 2 or 3?
No, you can if you commit to yourself, not to anybody else. And the other thing I share with everybody I work with, I call it the Cardinal Rule. And that is, if you don't buy it, guess what?
There you go.
If it's not in the house, well, guess what? You don't have access to it. So if you're thinking about a piece of cake or cookies, you're not going to get up at 3, 4 in the morning and go to Whole Foods, because that's what, they're not open. You may go to Bonds, but Whole Foods is not open. So I remind people, really value your money, and I remind them also, this is really critical, and that is, we are what we eat, drink, smoke, and snort. So don't snort, don't smoke, minimize drinking, and be mindful of what you eat. It really isn't difficult, but you have to commit to yourself. And then when individuals tell me, well, Dr. Levi, I have a problem committing to myself, I say, well, no problem. Let's get you an accountability buddy. When you have accountability, you can have a friend, a spouse, a husband, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. And when you don't feel like working out, then they can motivate you. When they don't feel like working out, you motivate them. So accountability is always important.
And this is what we're starting, Dr. Levi. It's a new year, a new truth, and a new you. We are working on getting a support group with the show. And I've got my first member from Australia. I'm so excited. So we're going to be working together. Actually, there's more, but the first one from Australia has signed up, and we're excited. We're going to create a support group. I'm going to be working with Ashley. I know that you've been dealing with Ashley. That we're going to create a support group that if you don't have a support system, because here's the thing that happens when you are a generational pattern shifter. That means no more. I am looking at my family as my teachers, as what I don't want in my life. Exactly. You can turn to the Lillian McDermott radio show for support, because you will be sabotaged. And that's guaranteed, because it happened to me. And it happens to everybody. I'm not new at this. So you talk about the art of fitness, but what about the mindset of fitness? I know you talk about commitment and all the 5 key things, the 5 elements, but what about that mindset that will switch it? Because first it's the thought, then it's the feeling, then it's the action. So let's nip it in the thought.
Yes, well, it's very similar to, the book by James Allen, As a Man Thinketh, So He Is. So it's really about using your mind to create the life and the body that you want. Our thoughts have power. Our thoughts are active quanta of energy. So it's important that we use our minds to create the bodies that we want. And then we use food to create that body from the inside out. But the mind is the critical thing. Because one thing I love about your show, I just want to say this about your show, is that your show, which I really love, is about really reminding everyone to make this paradigmatic shift in consciousness to understanding that it's not about the superficialness of life.
Yes.
It's not about the things that you can touch, but the real reality are the things that you cannot touch. The real reality are issues of the mind. We have to use our minds to create the outer world that we love. We have to create with our minds a world of greater service, greater compassion, greater love, and my favorite word, of course, greater gratitude. I think gratitude is the way to live a life of true abundance, of true knowingness that you are important and that your self-worth is defined by who you think you are. We don't need anyone else to validate us. We're enough. We need no one to say we're good enough. If the universe has put you here, trust me, that was by divine design.
Absolutely.
So it's so important that we love all of ourselves and use mindfulness as a way to be more in tune with who you really are. Not with who
Awesome.
you're projecting, but who you really are.
Awesome. Okay, so if you want a copy of Dr. Levi Harrison's book, be the third caller to get the book, the sixth caller to get the DVD, and the 15th caller will get a signed copy of the book and the DVD. So get started, 407-373-5959, and we're going to continue our conversation with Dr. Levi when we return worldwide at whenyounneedafriend.com. We'll be right here waiting for you. Good job. Good job. You know, it's so important that, you know, here we are, we're going to do a fitness class, a fitness conversation, but it really is about the spirit. It's really about those things that encourage and motivate us from the inside out.
Yes.
Like today, I like went back and forth. Like before I started doing video, I'd be in my ball cap. I'd be doing the show. Nobody knew what I looked like. I loved it because, you know, it was just my voice. Yes. And now this video, I gotta get up, brush my, do the things, put my makeup on, and today after I come back from the gym, a guy that has been talking to me at the gym this whole entire time, I've been little by little every time he comes in, because I'm a certified life coach. Every time he comes in, asks me a question, I give him some pearls, and so he goes away. But what's so interesting is, without even thinking, and I am not about conditional love, I am about unconditional love. And I said something without even knowing that I said it, but I was joking. He took it serious. Yes. So I said to him, because he comes to me always with aches and pains, because he knows I do a health and wellness show. And so he comes to me with aches and pains. And I said, will you consider giving up meat? Will you consider just bringing it down? Because I know that he eats like maybe 30-40% meat. Ooh. Yes. Oh. And he has aches in his body and he doesn't know why. I said, there's so much toxins in your gut. I said, we need to get, and so it's a new year. I told him it's a new truth, a new you. I said, will you consider giving it up for one meal a day? One meal. So he was like, oh, I don't know. I said, you come to the gym, you work out, and then you go out there and you sabotage yourself. Exactly. So here's the thing. I am not going to talk to you until you watch Forks Over Knives.
Let me tell you, that's a good one, because that will really put in perspective for him the issue of you really are what you eat and drink.
Yes. So
be mindful of what you put in your body. If you value this temple, then love it from the inside out.
Yes. And so today, this was on Wednesday. Today, he comes towards me and he goes, hey, how are you? I said, hey, how are you? And he goes, oh, so you're going to talk to me? I said, what? And he goes, yeah, you said if I didn't watch Forks Over Knives, you wouldn't talk to me until I watched it. And I went, well, did you watch it? And he goes, I did. He goes, I did. And I get it.
Absolutely.
And it was like that moment when he said, and I get it. You really care. You really want to make a difference. And all of a sudden I saw that starfish go in the water. And it was like, I made a difference for that one.
Exactly. Yes, you did.
That's what it's all about, is making a difference. And I see it in your heart. So when we come back from the break, because, this is the show within the show. So I know that Do you do radio or is this podcast on YouTube?
Radio. I do radio, and then we send it out as a podcast.
So
Like
where is your radio show? What time
My
is it?
radio show is on UBN Radio in Hollywood Studios at Gower Studios. So it's every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
10 to 11?
10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Can you stream it?
Yeah, they can stream it. People stream it because it's live, 10 a.m. to 11. They call it and everything. And then we post it at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Wednesday.
Oh, and you realize though, okay, hold on a second.
Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you are going to be committed to that. Wow, you are very generous. And you know what? When you give, you receive 100 times fold.
Oh, always, 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 always.
So your veterans that come in, they come in, you help them out for free. They don't need any insurance.
Oh, no, they don't. Well, not only veterans, sometimes I have a lot of immigrant workers who come in and migrant workers who come in. I take care of them also. And sometimes they can only afford to bring in, like even yesterday, a family brought in 5 avocados.
Oh.
And let me tell you, I don't even eat avocado, but there's the green butter, but and I gave it to them. But I could not turn them away.
Well, hold on a second. Your voice is cutting off. I want to make sure we hear that when we're on the break next time.
You can text Lillian.
I will ask you about the avocado.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
373-5959.
This is where I talk about my social media, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Welcome back to the Lillian McDermott radio show, where you can hear us worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. I am your host, Lillian McDermott, and I am so grateful that Dr. Levi Harrison, I tell you, I think he's going to be a regular on the show. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there in the universe because he really is. You know, when sometimes there are people in life where they talk, but they don't walk. And you want somebody in your life that talks and walks the talk. And so Dr. Levi Harrison is our teacher today because my goal is that we learn something new from everyone that we encounter. And I believe that we should go through life with that childlike wonder. And today we're learning a new truth about the art of fitness, the journey that we all are taking, even if you have not gotten to the gym. That journey that got you that first step to put on your sneakers, that is as important as getting to the gym. So remember, everything is a step. And so I want to encourage you, like Dr. Levi say, find a tribe, find someone that will encourage you, motivate you. And if you don't have one, and even if you do, point them to this show, because we talk about 100% responsibility for every aspect in your life. And we're not just one person. We have multiple things that we are a part of. We're more than just a person that goes to work. We're more than just a person who has a mind, body, spirit. We're a person that has relationships. We're a person that needs to be giving back. So every aspect of our life needs to be nurtured. Today, we're talking about the physical body, but guess what? It's more than that. It's emotional, it's spiritual. And so I want to encourage you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com, become a subscriber. And when you become a subscriber, you get all sorts of free gifts. And this show goes to your phone and tablet. Now, always keep in mind, when you go to whenyouneedafriend.com, it's like a library full of superhero guests that we've had on the show. And you can learn and grow. We can learn and grow together. And when you do that, please check out my sponsors page, because without my sponsors, the show wouldn't happen. And so please check out my sponsors and figure out how you can support them the way they are supporting the show. Now, that being said, also click on my YouTube buttons and my social media buttons and every button that you find at whenyouneedafriend.com. Subscribe, like, share, spread the good news, because we are here waiting for you. Now, if you want a copy of Dr. Levi Harrison's book, we're talking about the art of fitness with such a unbelievable human being. If you would like to be if you would like a copy of the book, then be the third caller. If you want a copy of the DVD so you can work out with Dr. Levi, be the sixth caller. And then if you want a signed copy of the book and DVD, be the 15th caller or texter right now. Keep going. 407-373-5959. And so that's 407-373-5959. Now, let's talk about the physical body, Dr. Levi, because
Yes.
I know that a part of the physical has to be emotional as well. You just can't be one-dimensional without, but now let's talk about the physical body, the body that we all see, that we bring with us everywhere we go. What is some tips that you can give us on form or posture, whatever you want to call it? Because I see people doing workout abs, and they don't have you in their ear going, relax your neck, use your shoulder, not your arm. Okay, so because I've been working out with you all morning, all week long. So let's talk about posture, form. How do we know that we're doing the right thing?
Well, one thing I often recommend is that if you join the gym, for example, definitely speak to the trainers there, to the staff there, and hopefully they can give you some guidance. The great thing about my book, The Art of Fitness, a journey basically a journey to yourself, is that it gives you an opportunity to really see how things can be properly executed safely and effectively. The goal with working out is the following. One, I recommend that everyone work out every day for at least 15 to 45 minutes every day. Now, people often talk about having a rest day. Well, I'm not a big proponent of that. I think a rest day should also be a day where you take a long walk, you take a long hike, you do something every day to honor your body. It's the only one you'll ever get. So with that said, when you do begin your journey of exercise, start off slow. If you haven't worked out for 5 or 10 months or 5 or 10 years, then start off with a 5-minute walk. Increase that walk to 15 or 20 minutes over a week or two, or maybe go for a light swim or a light jog, but don't try to do too much, because then you'll be set back with more pain or maybe an injury. Make sure you have the right types of shoes, because we don't walk the way we run. So make sure you have shoes that are proper for running and shoes that you use only for walking or for hiking. The other thing that's important overall with fitness, stay well hydrated when you're working out. Make sure that you have water with you or some type of electrolyte replenisher. The other thing I recommend overall when it comes to diet is a more plant-based diet. I'm not saying cut out all meat. I'm saying minimize it. I'm not saying become a pescatarian, just have all fish. No, I think it's so important that we live a life of two important things: balance and moderation. And the third, of course, is no self-judgment. We all fall off the boat sometimes, and we'll eat or drink something we shouldn't. Well, that's okay. Love yourself in spite of. Love yourself even more, and try not to make that same mistake.
Very good. I like that. I like the being gentle to yourself. It's very important. So now I have a question for you, because you say, okay, do 3 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 20, but what is the difference between doing 30 and doing 3 sets of 10?
Yes, well, it depends on the weight. For example, if you're using heavy weight, you want to use fewer repetitions, because heavy weight is about quote unquote bodybuilding. It's really intensely anaerobic. However, if you want to increase, let's say, striations of the muscles or look extremely, extremely lean, then you want to use higher repetition and mid to lower weight in your workout. But it all depends on what you want. I recommend mixing everything. I also recommend every 2 to 3 weeks, you change your workout, because if you do the same things, your body will look exactly the same. So often I tell a lot of my clients and patients, don't simply go to the gym and get on the treadmill every day, or get on the Stairmaster every day, or the recumbent bike, or the roar. You want to make sure that you change things up every week. Do something different. The body loves diversity. The body loves change, and the body loves intensity. So you have to give it that intensity so you can get the body and sculpt the body that you want. You talked about that earlier. You know, you look fit, and you are fit because you live a fit lifestyle. You eat properly. You don't drink a lot. You're not a smoker. You do all these things that will help your body be clean and healthy from the inside out.
Yes. Yeah. How did you know I was all those things?
Oh, I can see it from the glow of your skin. You know, you look extreme. What's the truth? You look extremely healthy. You know, medicine, we always say, if you look, for example, if you're in my office, there's several things I look at when I meet someone. The first, color of their eyes. The second is the texture and hydration of their skin. The third is their breath. If someone has really, really bad breath, halitosis, and often it's coming from the inside out, or they may have really bad gingivitis, but all of this is an internal issue. And then the other thing I look at, of course, believe it or not, are their nails. The nails of someone can tell a lot about their internal health and their internal body structure. It tells us a lot.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, let's talk about that during the break a little bit more. Okay. So in a world where cetosis has become the next and greatest disease, cetosis is, for those of you who are listening, is sitting more than 8 hours a day in your desk or office. It's the equivalent of smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. So with that in mind, Dr. Levi, what are some exercises that we can do when we're sitting at our desk?
Right. Several things can be done. Number one, you can get a standing desk, which I love, where about half the day you're standing, the other half the day you're sitting. However, the sitting comes the caveat, and that is, instead of just sitting on a chair, then you're using either a kneeler or you're using a Swiss ball, where you're sitting on a ball during that time, because that will increase your core strength, because every time you move, you have to stabilize your body with your core. And core strength, you hear a lot of talk about core. I just want to reiterate what core is. Yes. Your core is not simply your abs. It's also your pelvic muscles. It's also some muscles that are in your back. It's also abdominal muscles, but it's not only abs. People often think, oh, let me work my core, let me work my abs. Well, that's really not the deal. Or you hear people say, well, I want to do this exercise because of muscle memory. Well, think about it. Muscles don't have memory. Your brain has memory. Your muscles don't have brain cells. Your muscles can have adaptability, but not muscle memory. And that's something, a misnomer, but it's often used in fitness.
Yeah, I know that as you get older, our muscles get dementia. That's what happens to our muscles. So we have got to keep that going. I think what Dr. Levi is saying, I think I've cracked him up. What Dr. Levi is saying is movement. Movement is key. So even it's 15 minutes, I love the tip about when you're watching television, during the commercials, do something. So when we return, will you give us some tips of what we can do during those 3 minutes of commercials or whatever?
Absolutely. It's 8 minutes of commercials for every 30 minutes of television. So
wow. And he knows about this because he's all over the TV. So remember, 3rd caller, 6th caller, 15th caller. If you want a book, a DVD, or a book and a DVD, get busy. Use your finger for exercise right now. 407-373-5959. That's 407-373-5959. I can't believe I'm here without my makeup having this conversation. And we'll be right here waiting for you. We'll be right back worldwide at whenyounneedafriend.com. I'm like, oh my God. Not even a hat. I don't even have a hat on where you can cover me like here.
Great. No, you look healthy and happy and very focused.
Well, so I tell you what, the first time I worked out with you was on Monday, because I was like trying to get into your, like, what is it about Dr. Levi Harrison? Why did you fall into my desk? I can't remember who sent me your information. And I started looking into you, and Ashley and I were working together to figure out, is this someone that we would want? Can we translate exercise into doing a video or audio in the radio? Yeah, it does. It does. We can just motivate people and do that. But so I said, I'm going to work out with Dr. Levi today. So I went onto your YouTube channel. Actually, for those of you, and I'm going to repeat this when we go back on the air, it's drleviharrison.com. And they're just like with me, that he has all sorts of buttons that you can get to. And so I worked out with I did your glutes, your abs, your core. Today I went back and I did your abs. But I'm telling you, so on Monday, I did abs with you. On Tuesday, I'm like, why are my abs hurting? What the heck? There's muscles in there that I've not used. They have dementia. So, yeah. So it was so funny. So I'm doing this. Okay, straighten up your neck. Okay, I'm going to straighten up my neck. How did you know my neck wasn't straight?
Right. And did you do the ones with the V-ups and the sit-ups? Which ab one?
I did both. I did both of them.
You did both?
I did Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I did both. And then I did the legs today.
That's intense.
Doing the donkey kicks and
that's intense.
The fire hydrant thing.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I can tell you, I'm going to be doing a lot of new videos in February. I have I'm working on the whole dossier of exercise I want to do. So I have some that I've come up with that are brand new exercises. So I'm going to do some of those coming up in February.
I want to be in one of your videos. I want to be in the background going, and Lillian's going to show you the other side.
I think you're pretty fit, I'm sure. I think you'll be able to do them all. But these are going to be extra difficult and really focused for small, tiny muscle groups. You're going to see the video. I've been working on this now for about 4 months. And I'm going to let my videographer know in about 2 weeks. And he's been saying, when are we going to do it? I said, we have to do it when I have everything properly designed.
Well, you're just waiting for me to be like part of the audience. Like,
yes,
like that's what you needed. Just fly me out there and I'll be like that girl. I'll go, okay, doctor,
exactly.
would you like for me to bring you your sponge so I can wipe your forehead?
Oh my goodness. Well, I tell you, you're going to like the videos coming up. They're going to be great. And I'll send you a copy of the DVD.
I love that. Yeah, I would love
well
that.
A copy of the book.
So what I'll do is I'll have, once we're done with all the shows and I get all the names, because this has been great. I mean, we'll get, the response has been good. So I'll send all the names and I'll put my address too, so I get one too.
I would definitely send it.
Yeah. Although people can actually go on and watch your YouTube videos. Oh, here we go. This is the last segment. This is the fastest hour, right?
It was quick. It was.
It's still. Okay, so now we get some tips. Some tips, other things that we need to consider. Let me see, what else do I have?
373-5959. Once again, here's Lillian.
And welcome back to the Lillian McDermott Radio Show, where we always learn and grow together. And when I say grow together, I don't mean the waist or the hips or I mean learn and grow together. So today's teacher is Dr. Levi Harrison. If you would like to work out with Dr. Harrison every day, because he tells you need to work out every day, he has some great YouTube videos. So if you go to drleviharrison.com, that's drlevi, L-E-V-I, harrison.com, you can click on, just like on my website at whenyouneedafriend.com, you can click different buttons and it will take you to. So he has a whole series that you can work out in your home. If you are at the office and you want to do some exercises while you're sitting in the chair, I stalked him this whole week. I stalked him. And so you can too. You can stalk Dr. Levi by going to his YouTube channel and working out with him. Great videos. It's really fun. It's like you're working out with your friend. That's how I felt today or this whole week as I was working with Dr. Levi. And I promise you will want to relax your neck, because that's
Absolutely.
So go to drleviharrison.com. And now remember, 407-373-5959 will get you a DVD and a copy, 3rd, 6th, and 15th caller. Now back to Dr. Levi. Some of the things that we need to be aware of, some tips that we need to be aware of as we start our journey back to the gym or back to health.
Well, I think it's most important, number one, be mindful of the choices you make with respect to food. Don't buy things and have them in the home where you know they're not good for you. A big bag of chips and sodas. Think about it, sodas. If you drink one soda a day, the research proves that you will gain 16 pounds per year. Wow. That's one soda a day. What about individuals who drink 2, 3, 4, 5, even a 6-pack of sodas a day? So we have to be mindful of that. The other thing we have
sweetened tea.
Oh, that's another one though. Yeah, I'm okay with tea. I'm not big on the sweetened part of it. And I'm okay with tea maybe 2 or 3 times a week, but then every day that can cause staining of your teeth like coffee. So I'm not a big fan of its overuse, I'll say.
Okay.
But I am a big fan, for example, of tea that's a turmeric tea, because turmeric has such great anti-inflammatory powers that it's great for our bodies overall as a general body tonic. Mm-hmm. So I'm big on turmeric. I think it does the body good, basically.
Yes.
Now, with respect to exercise, it's important that you sit down with yourself and you say, okay, I'm going to start working out. Then you make a schedule if you're going to work out every other day when you start. But you want to be mindful to make sure that happens, so you can document your journey. And the great thing now is that you can even start your own vlog or blog about your progress. So you have all this community internationally can get on board and support you and throw love your way, throw support your way, and give you their ideas about what they did on their journey to be fit and to maintain it. See, that's the issue about fitness that I want to tell everyone. You know, for example, a six-pack. A lot of celebrities and sometimes just regular patients who come to talk to me will say, well, I want a six-pack. Now, I can teach them how to get a six-pack. That's not difficult.
Not a six-pack that you get at the grocery store.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's just be specific, because I know many of us can buy a six-pack anywhere, but we're talking about
So I remind them that we all have a six-pack, but when you get it, can you maintain it? And you maintain it, of course, with diet. To get a six-pack, you have to just increase the amount of aerobic activity that you do. You
Really?
lose the fat will melt away. You'll see the six-pack, it'll begin to show. But the bottom line is, don't let the six-pack be the focus. The focus has to be a healthy lifestyle. You want to be fit, you want to be healthy. It is a lifestyle. It's not something you're doing to go back to your high school reunion, to go to be in your wedding. It's something you want to maintain for life so you can decrease your risk of hypertension, cardiovascular disease, high cholesterol, stroke, and heart attack.
Okay. So I have a question for you, because as you were speaking and I was listening to you with the six-pack and the six-pack, because that's really good and something that we all want to achieve when we're working out. I would be happy with a one-pack. So I'm good with that. So here's the deal. There are people who are overweight, and I see them going to the gym and they go right to a personal trainer, and the personal trainer starts working their muscles out. And in my mind, I'm thinking, wouldn't they just want to do cardio for a while, do cardio until some of that melts away, and then start fine tuning? What does the experts say about that?
So let me tell you, it's good that they do a combination fitness program.
Okay.
So it has to be aerobic and anaerobic, and again, balance and moderation. So yes, they should do some weightlifting, especially women, to stave off osteoporosis. So women must have a weightlifting program in their fitness regimen. That's a necessity. Now, when it comes to someone who's really grossly overweight or obese, then it's important, number one, that they have no judgment about it. Number two, that they would lift weights and do an aerobic program, but balance. But it should be, I always say, when you start off 80% aerobic, 20% weights.
Got it. And can you repeat that last part?
80% aerobic activity initially and 20% weightlifting.
Very good. Very good.
You have to do both of them. And I recommend too, go to a Zumba class, go to an aerobic class. Maybe you can't do all the jumping and all the moves, but just being in there, moving. My message is this: if you're moving, you're winning. If you're moving, you are by definition winning, but you have to start.
Yeah, I love to dance.
Do it.
So even if you don't want to go, because here's the thing, there's a lot of body shaming in this world.
Oh, a lot of it.
That's
I'll tell you about something I just stopped a few days ago in the gym. I'm glad you said that. I'll talk about that in a little bit.
No, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
So let me tell you, I was in the gym the other day, and I got there, as I usually do, between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. So I got there, and there was a guy who was coming in right behind me, and he was overweight gentleman. I've seen him there before. I always say hello to him, and we speak. And the guys coming behind him were really intensely fit. And so one of the guys said, "Oh, hey, Dr. Levi." And I said hi. And then when I turned around, he looked at the other guy. He said, "Well, why are you here, fatso?" So I heard it. So I turned around to the guy and said, "You know what? You can't bully him or speak to him like that." I said, "Yes, say you're fit today." I said, "But don't forget, you could have a car accident or anything.
Yeah.
And you might be a patient tomorrow." I said, "You have to be careful how you treat everyone." I said, "So you can't do that." I said, "You should apologize to him." And he said, "Well, I'm going to apologize just because it's you, Dr. Levi." So he apologized to the gentleman. And later on, I saw the gentleman as I was changing clothes to go to my office. And he said, "Dr. Levi, I'm so glad you said that. I didn't know what to say." I said, "Well, you know what? You should be respected at all times. They have to do one thing: treat you the way they want to be treated. They had nothing to say good, then don't say anything." I always think of something my father said. He'd always say, "Well, Levi, when it comes to speaking, think about three things. Number one, is it true? Number two, does it have to be said? And number three, is it uplifting? If it's none of those three, he'd say, keep your doggone mouth shut." And he was correct. And now at 35 plus, That is a part of me on a cellular level. If it doesn't have to be said, if it's not true, if it's not uplifting, there's nothing to be said.
I'm glad that you shared that story. What a powerful story. No one should call anybody that. So for those of you who call yourself that, because someone doesn't have to bully you or say those things to you, because you're saying it yourself to yourself. So this is what I want to challenge you. I want you after the show, or like when you hear the theme song of Right Here Waiting for You, I want you to dance. It is mandatory to dance on the Lillian McDermott radio show. It is important. And so if you don't want to go to the gym because you are telling yourself how horrible you are, you would never say that to a child, hopefully. Don't say it to yourself. But I want you to turn on Pitbull. I love Pitbull. So you can turn on Pitbull, dance around your house until you feel empowered enough to dance at the gym.
Yes. It's beautifully said, Lillian. And one other thing I'll add is a lot of times I'll have individuals come to my office, and I hear this a lot, mainly from women versus men, but men too, but mainly women. And that is, well, Dr. Levi, I can't go to the gym until I lose some weight. I can't go until I'm more fit, because they feel they'll be judged. I remind people, don't care about what people think. Just love yourself.
Beautiful. Great last words. Dr. Levi Harrison, love you. I think you're amazing. Thank you for what you're doing out there. You complete the show. And so for those of you, my listening friends, remember, call 407-373-5959 to get your copy, DVD, book, and do it now. 407-373-5959. And please remember, if you need a friend, I'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyounneedafriend.com. This is Lillian McDermott wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever. Best ever. That is the
ever.
Great job, Dr. Levi.
Thank you so much.
We've still got the camera rolling. Is there anything else that you would like to say?
Well,
maybe show us an exercise.
Sure. I want to say this. It's really an honor to be on your show, and I think you're doing such amazing work. The world really needs people who carry the light like you do, and you carry it unapologetically. And I think it's so important that you continue to do that. I think it's important that you continue to show people that the world has wonderful people like you, that you exist, that you care about people, that you live a life of service, and that you live a life that's about expanding the consciousness of everyone to know that wherever you are and whoever you are, you have value, you have worth, and the world is waiting for you to share the gifts that the divine has endowed you with. Yeah. So I really appreciate what you're doing. It's an honor and a blessing to start my day off with you today. So thank you for gifting me with that.
I feel the same way. And the reason why you see that in me,
I see
because that's who you are. We see in others who we are.
That is a true statement.
Right back at you.
It really is. And I think it's so important that we attract to us what we are. I think you want to live a life of prosperity, think prosperous, give more, because you only get what you're willing to give away. So give away more money, you'll get more money. Give away more love, you'll get more love. Give away more forgiveness, you get more forgiveness. But I think it's so important that we just simply love who we are and live in that state of ever-expanding gratitude. You know, I'm writing a second book right now on gratitude, because I think gratitude is something that, of all the issues like the virtues, for example, hope and love, those are great. I think if you live in a place of intentional gratitude, your life will expand in ways that you have no concept of. That's what I believe. And I just thank you for having me on the show. It was such a real blessed honor.
Wow. Mutual admiration. Okay, so here's the thing. I get creative, and I love to write too. I write for Florida Today. I've never written a book, but I've got my 90-day challenge to self-love ebook that I created, because that's the reason why there's so much depression, is we detached from ourselves.
Yes.
And when we detach from ourselves, we detach from our higher power.
Yes.
Because we are one. Our higher power and I are one. And so I always say that the state of grace is the best state to live in.
Beautifully said. That's a period. That's beautifully said. The state of grace is the best place to live in. It really is.
The best state. Yeah, some people say, I live in the state of California. I live in the state of Florida. I live in a state of confusion. I live in a state of grace.
I
A
love
state
that.
of gratitude.
Trust me, I'm going to carry that nugget of inspiration for the rest of the weekend. And I needed to hear that. I
Really?
needed to hear, oh yeah, I need to hear that very much. I need to hear from someone who walks the walk and talks the talk.
Thank you.
When we hear from other people, don't, because life is experiential. So when someone is talking a story but they haven't lived it, it has no value. You and I can talk the story of gratitude and grace because we've been endowed with it, thankfully, and we live in a place of expanding gratitude. So that's our lives. We live there. Gratitude is us. We are gratitude.
Yeah, we are. And, I could probably stop the show right here because, when we work out, when we go to the gym, there's a chemical formula that's happening in our body that we don't even know about.
Exactly.
And the same thing. And I think that one of the reasons why we make it to the gym is because everything is a frequency. Everything is and we are so attracted to that frequency.
Yeah. Yes.
And so it's been, to me, it's been an honor to be in your field of frequency, even though you're in California and I'm in Florida.
Yeah.
But it's still, we are one.
We're one.
We are one. And you're my brother from another mother.
Very much so. It's a kindred spirit relationship. And I think, as you said so well, we may be in different states, but vibrationally, we're connected because when we're living in and thinking in a higher vibration, we meet other people there who are at that same level with us because like attracts like.
Yes, yes. So I have one question,
Anything.
and it may be. And what's your time like? Because I know it's like 6 o'clock in the morning.
I will literally have to go in about 5 more minutes because I have to drop off charts in my office because I'm giving a talk at Disney today.
Oh, how nice!
10 until something. I have to drive to Anaheim. That's a 2-hour drive down there.
Oh, wow. Okay. So my last question is for people who have a certain body style.
Yes.
You look down and we know that we don't inherit our diseases from our family members. What we inherit is the family recipes.
Yes.
But there is a body type, like you see the big thighs or the big legs or the big, the big bones. Nobody has big bones. We all have the same size bones, but we have this like body type, color, how can we work out, like say somebody has a big lower body, body, like a pear-shaped body.
Yes.
Do you work with that pear-shaped body, or can you make it an apple? I mean, can you make it a...
You can change and sculpt any body into exactly what you want. It's a matter of putting in focused time, doing the proper exercises, and of course, eating properly. Anybody can be changed. Anybody's body can be resculpted and redesigned. It depends on how much time and effort they want to put into it. If they have a pear-shaped body, that can easily be changed. It's about diet. It's about decreasing the amount of fat, eating a more plant-based diet, drinking more water, because most people in America stay in a place of constant constipation. So you want to drink more. You want to have more fiber in your diet. You want to stop eating after 7 or 8 o'clock at night. For myself, I use IMF, and I've been doing this now for over 20 years.
What are you using? What is it?
I do something called IMF, intermittent fasting. So I eat every other day. And I've been doing this for about a little over 20 plus years now. And it works for me.
Well, this is from your college years when you didn't eat at all.
Yeah, you know what? Also, you're exactly right. It was from times, for example, when I was in graduate school for a while, I was homeless. And I really had no money at all. And I actually lived in a car for a while when I was in graduate. And that was a tough 3 months. That was rough.
Would you come back and be on my Thriving Thursday? I'd love to hear that story of.
Oh, sure. I always talk about that.
Because a lot of people think that because they don't have money, they can't do something. And so you didn't come from a life of privilege.
No, I came from a dirt poor family with a single mom who was a real tough disciplinarian, but a really hardworking woman who worked as a nurse's aide. And I'm pretty sure seeing her give to her patients and take care of people really inspired me to want to do the same. I'll tell you another funny story. When I was growing up, when I was like 5 or 6 years old, my dad used to love to talk about this. He's passed now. He's passed like 6 years now. But he left our family, but I later rekindled a relationship with him. But when I was 5 years old, he used to love to tell this story that during my birthday, before I was about to blow out the candles, my great-grandfather's also passed, said, "Hey, Levi, what do you want to do when you grow up?" So they were videotaping this. And during Katrina, the video was destroyed, unfortunately, because my family lost so much during that storm. But my grandfather, that's what my great-grandfather said, what I want to do. And I said, well, I want to be, I looked up in the camera and said, I want to be a doctor. And my dad said, what type of doctor you want to be, Levi? And I said, I want to be a surgeon. And then my great-grandfather said, boy, you can't even spell surgeon. And I said, you're going to see, I want to be a famous hand surgeon. Now, how I knew that at 5 years old, I have no idea. But my dad used to love to talk about me saying it at 5, and now at 35 plus, I really am a hand surgeon. You know, the fame part of it, I don't attach any merit to that. But the fact is that I feel I was born to be in a place of service. That's right.
Wow. So the intermittent fasting. So every other day you eat?
Every other day. Yeah. And the days I don't eat, I would drink like a drink with maybe kale and some blueberries and.
So you still get nutrients?
Oh yeah, I do nutrients, but I won't do any solid food. Nothing. And I don't eat any wheat. I don't do gluten. I minimize sugar. I don't eat salt in my diet. No dairy. I stopped dairy when I was 17, I think, when dairy my body didn't like it anymore. So,
dairy is the number one cause of osteoporosis.
Oh, let me tell you, many of us believe that it is. Many of us believe that it's not good for the body, that drinking milk from another species, we don't think is the best thing for the body. Not at all.
Dr. Lorraine Day, I just interviewed her yesterday. The show is going to be aired soon, but she's so funny. You've never had a cow knock on your door and ask you for milk, have they? That is so cute. She's 81.
I love that.
She's 81 years old. I love her. Anyway, she was the first person to open my eyes to a holistic lifestyle and how to reverse cancer and
absolutely
holistically. But anyway, I want to be mindful of your time. I don't want to take too much of it. I really appreciate it.
Wonderful.
Thank you,
I hope the show gets a lot of, I hope it has impact that we want to help change people's lives. And more importantly, I want you to really continue to be a vehicle of change because you're doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I honor and appreciate.
Namaste.
Namaste. God bless you, Lillian.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And I want to thank you, my viewers, for watching to the end of the video. And I look forward to our next conversation.
Bye, everybody. God bless you.